Okay, welcome back to the Spiritual Recalibration Series. Thank you for embarking on this series and opening yourself to a new way of being. My name is David, and this is session 31, Align with Your Best Self. Find a comfortable seat in a space where you can allow yourself 20 minutes or so undistracted to focus just on you. A quick reminder, to get the most out of this series, please be sure you've listened to the welcome session, session 0. Here we go. So I was going to chat for a few minutes about your best self. What you may have heard that before, and it's kind of along the lines of, I think we spoke. It was maybe several weeks ago now, or maybe even longer, about these versions of yourself. Like you never wake up the next day the same as you were the day before. You have it's like, version. For me, it's like David version 11.721, right? So I'm embracing each new version of yourself. But your best self. So a way to come at this is to get to know your not best self. So we've talked about how with a sustained meditation practice and giving yourself this time, you start to get to know yourself, and you start to just scientifically become less emotionally reactive because of the positive changes that are happening in the brain. So what is it? But you can still get reactive, right? You can still, it's like you drift away and you come back, you drift away and you come back. So I had an example of a drift for you. I'll give you a personal example of what your not best self is, right? So, excuse me. A few days ago, my older daughter and I were having, she was listening to some music, and it had some words that I didn't like hearing out loud. And, I don't really, we have conversations, but I trust her, to, listen to what she's going to listen to. But I didn't necessarily want to hear what she was listening to. And so, I started to speak to her, and then she spoke over me. Like she knew what I was going to say. And man, that triggered me. I raised my voice. And it's like, when that happens, it's like you lose yourself a little bit, right? I know you can all relate to, and it's, to a situation like this. So what happened there? What happened there is, and so I'm not a super big fan of like really evaluating all the stuff that happened in my past, right? I think that you just, like, from the psychology standpoint, you tend to spend just a lot of time in the past. I could think completely differently about that tomorrow, but that's where I am now. But if you get curious about it, I remember I took one of my coaches taught me about parts. Like we all kind of have these parts, these parts of ourselves. So that part that got triggered when my daughter spoke over me, I kind of got curious about that. Well, what is that part? And I know that, when I was younger, speaking up and just being able to speak was something that was a challenge. So I got curious, like, because clearly that wasn't about her in that situation. That whenever, you get kind of triggered like that, it's about, what's going on over here. Right. So I'm curious, like, yeah, that getting spoken over by someone. And so that would be considered like, it's like an old part. It's like an outdated little part of like my personality, of your personality. So I'm not a psychologist, so I don't want to get too much about that. But, we have, all these different aspects of our personality. And so that, in that moment, that's not my best self, right? So you have kind of these moments in life where, you're clearly not your best self. So can you be kind with yourself in those moments? And most specifically after those moments, like when you return to, who you really are, after you've, taken that breath or those few breaths or gone for that walk or whatever it is that kind of brings you back to yourself. Can you be kind and compassionate with yourself and understand, and kind of celebrate that, that you noticed? And then the second part of part of knowing your best self, the first part is kind of getting in touch or learning who your not best self is, right? But then your best self is something to get curious about, because your best self is never when you're like in a triggered moment like that. Your best self is calm always and kind and compassionate and peaceful and unlimited. Your best self. Just now in this moment, I'm thinking that, you can think about your best self and think that it'll be really easy to turn judgment on yourself when you think that you always have to act a certain way. That's not what this is about. This is about curiosity and kindness, and really what we're talking about so much, self-awareness. So it's that kind of noticing those drifts and then using practices to shift back into this best self. This best self, which is invincible, courageous, brave, joyful, at ease. That best self that is ease, that is peace. So we're going to do a short affirmation practice here as our meditation. And in the affirmation, we're going to use the words, I am aligned. I am aligned with the best version of me, with my best self. So that word aligned, it's like your best self always exists. You are always your best self. It's just a matter of aligning with your best self, that alignment. So it's not like we have to go out there and find it or pull it in from somewhere or go searching or seeking. So place your feet flat on the floor if you're sitting in a chair. Otherwise, you just want to, in any case, you want to sit with a nice upright spine. So you draw your shoulder blades together gently. Place your hands, either palms up or palms down, your choice, at the juncture of thighs and abdomen, or a little bit further forward if that's more comfortable for you. If you'd like to close your eyes, have them closed gently. So eyelids are soft, eyes are soft behind the eyes. Spine is long. Chin is tucked slightly, so the neck is long. Shoulders are relaxed. Just allow the breath to flow naturally. In and out gently through the nostrils. In this affirmation, you will likely memorize quite quickly. And if you do, when you do, if you'd like to repeat it out loud to yourself, that would be good. Otherwise, you can just follow along in your mind. I am aligned with the best version of me, with my best self. I am aligned with peace, with ease, with grace, with joy, with love. I am aligned with the best version of me, with my best self. I am aligned with peace, with ease, with grace, with joy, with love. I am aligned with the best version of me, with my best self. I am aligned with peace, with ease, with grace, with joy, with love. I am aligned with the best version of me, with my best self. I am aligned with peace, with ease, with grace, with joy, with love. And now, if you're saying it out loud, just in a soft whisper, I am aligned with the best version of me, with my best self. I am aligned with peace, with ease, with grace, with joy, with love. Now, if you were saying it out loud, just in your mind, I am aligned with the best version of me, with my best self. I am aligned with peace, with ease, with grace, with joy, with love. I am aligned with the best version of me, with my best self. I am aligned with peace, with ease, with grace, with joy, with love. Now letting the words of this affirmation go, but staying with the feeling behind the affirmation, behind the words. Just a few moments. This sense, this feeling of your best self. Beginning now, just to watch your breath. Finding the spot in your nostrils where you can feel the air passing. Watching it cool on the inhale and warm on the exhale. Drawing your gaze gently upward toward the point between your eyebrows, behind your closed eyelids. Gentle, a soft upward gaze. Noticing the mind wander, noticing and then coming back to focusing on your breath. Good. Still with the breath. Good. Take an intentional inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Don't need to watch the breath anymore. Just allow yourself to stay here for just another few moments in this space that you have worked to create. Allow yourself this time and this space to simply be. Now, take another intentional inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Prepare to come back to the space where you are. And when you're ready, you can flutter open your eyelids or you're welcome to stay here like this for as long as you like.